Hi everyone, my name is Naomi. Welcome back to my channel. I'm trying out the new ring light. I really like it. It's illuminating. So, it is a cloudy day. We've had it sprinkling and raining off and on, but yet somehow I have a neighbor that's mowing in the rain. I don't know why. Maybe it's the only day he can do it, but generally you don't mow in the rain. So I have had a struggle making a video today. And then of course we've got neighbors with kids that were screeching in front of my house. So one of the downsides of living in town is that sometimes it's noisy and sometimes it is hard to make videos. But we just work with what we got. Eventually I will get out of town. We have been saving. Our goal is to get out of town, and then I will have a lot more freedom in my videos, which will be phenomenal. But today, I would like to talk more about the carnivore diet. As I start to make more videos, I'm going to start to get into the kitchen more, and I'm going to start showing you some of the meals that I am cooking as a carnivore and sharing my diet and how I eat. Because I think that's like a really good thing to do. It helps others who are just starting and are new to carnivore if they have people showing them ideas on how to eat carnivore. Now I'm a creature of habit, so I might not be the best one to do this because I'm someone who could literally just like live on ribeye steak. I won't because that's really expensive. I did that for a while, actually. I did ribeye steak, I want to say probably the first month or two. Maybe the first month or two that I was carnivore. I did a lot of ribeye steak. But I scaled that back pretty quick when I realized how much money I was spending on my diet. So I scaled that back and started doing some ground beef and some dark meat chicken. I'm not overly fond of chicken breasts. To me, they're pretty dry. So I've never been fond of chicken breasts, but I'll eat like the legs and thighs and the wings. I'll eat the wings. But anyway, as I get into the kitchen and start making videos in the kitchen, one of the things that you're going to notice is the amount of food in my house that is not carnivore. I have coconut oil and olive oil on my counter. I have boxes of cereal on top of my refrigerator. If you open my freezer, you're gonna find vegetables and you're gonna find probably frozen pizza, some frozen skillet dinners. You open my cabinets, you'll find diced tomatoes, pasta, spaghetti sauce. You will find all the normal foods. And the reason for this is that I'm the only one in the house that is a carnivore. My husband and my son still eat normal food. My daughter, she's grown and out of the house. Well, my son is grown. He's 19. He's not out of the house. But they don't feel a need to be strict carnivores. And I have never believed in forcing my family to follow the same diet as me. I have had dietary restrictions for many years. I found out I was hypothyroid after my son was born, and then I found out it was because of Hashimoto's thyroiditis. So my diet started to get really restricted at that point. I had to cut out gluten, and I've always had a certain amount of food allergies, so I've always had to be careful with what I eat. But after the autoimmune issues cropped up, that's when my diet started to get really, really strict. My family did not have to be strict. So I have grown accustomed over the years to cooking meals where I can't eat the whole thing. So, for example, as a carnivore, when I make pot roast, I'm still going to put the potatoes and carrots and onions in the pot with the meat. My husband and my son are going to eat the whole meal and I'm just going to have a portion of the meat. So that's basically how I do meals. I just increase the amount of meat I cook, and I may still cook them rice or potatoes, vegetables, whatever. I'll make my husband spaghetti. I'll make them goulash. I make them mac and cheese. Whatever it is they happen to want, I will make that for them. I just don't eat it myself. Now, can this create problems with my diet being so strict and theirs not? Sort of, kind of. A lot of what they eat doesn't even tempt me anymore. I have grown so accustomed to not eating it that I don't miss it, and I don't really care. I don't miss vegetables. I don't miss pasta. That's going to sound weird. I know people love pasta, but I don't miss it. I don't miss things like donuts and cookies and cake. I don't miss those things. I had grown accustomed to not eating them. Gluten-free baked goods are extremely expensive. And this is going to sound weird, but when I had to go gluten-free and I started trying on occasion some of the different gluten-free baked goods, one of the things I discovered was that the gluten-free baked goods caused me gastrointestinal issues. Don't know why, but I couldn't, my gastrointestinal system couldn't handle them all. So I have been off most of those things for a really long time. So for me, having to eat a different diet than everyone around me, it's just sort of become a way of life. And for the most part, I don't miss a lot of the things that some people would consider to be normal. Now, I will say there are things that I do miss. I do miss the occasional piece of fruit with maybe some peanut butter. I miss peanut butter, and I miss chocolate. But I don't really miss any of the rest of it. With carnivore, you get into this groove, and you start to feel so good that for the most part, you don't really want to go back to eating normal. It is more of a struggle when there is family in town visiting, and when there is when traveling. It does get a little bit more complicated because there's a lot of people that don't believe that the carnivore diet is healthy. So they're well-meaning. They legitimately, they're worried, they're concerned. It is out of ignorance that they are concerned. They don't realize that they've been lied to their whole life, and that meat isn't what's going to hurt you. They believe in eating all of their, what do you call it? They believe in eating everything in moderation. So eating all the poisons in moderation to them is healthier than eating a heavy meat diet. And people tend to blame the steak for what the sugar and carbs are doing to their body. I literally had a family member call me and ask me how my blood sugar was. And I said, why? Like, my blood sugar is fine. I don't even eat sugar. Like, why would you even ask me that? Well, it was because he saw a news story on his local news that said that eating red meat raises your blood sugar. It's not right. I mean, the exact opposite is true. And I told him, I corrected him on that right away. I was like, hold up. No. I'm like, whatever they're putting on your news, it's a lie. The news always has lied. There is a huge history of the media lying to you, the medical industry lying to you, telling you exact opposites. I said in a lot of areas, you need to just shut it off and ignore them, because the exact opposite is generally true. A steak is not going to hurt you Saturated fat is not going to hurt you. People ate it for generations and generations, and now all of a sudden they're trying to convince people that the things that didn't hurt people more than 100 years ago suddenly are harming them. Instead of telling them the truth that the highly processed toxic crap is hurting them, they're just going to point the finger at the steak. The steak isn't going to hurt you. The eggs aren't going to hurt you. The high amount of nutrients in steak and the high amount of nutrients in eggs is what your body needs. And by taking that away from you and giving you a bunch of processed crap, they're destroying your health. So well-meaning people, well-meaning family is what's hard to deal with, because they will push and push and push for me to go back to eating the way they're eating, and completely ignore all of the health benefits that I'm seeing, and completely ignore the fact that they're having all of these health issues, and that I have reversed the health issues in my body that they still are suffering from. But that is the power of propaganda. Propaganda, I never realized how powerful propaganda was until, I want to say, the last 7-8 years. And then it has been mind-blowing to me to see how if you tell someone a lie often enough and you bombard them with it in the media, they will believe that even when you can show them the evidence is right in front of their eyes. They can see something, but they aren't going to believe what they're seeing because they were told it isn't true. That has been absolutely mind-blowing to me, is the power of propaganda. So well-meaning people will try to sway me from the carnivore diet because they honestly believe that I'm killing myself by doing so. But my skin is healthier and my gut issues have resolved, my allergies have improved, my autoimmune issues improved, my inflammation improved. Like, I'm seeing all of these improvements. My A1C went to normal. So all of these improvements, my thyroid is fully functioning without a medication, which I was told would never happen. So all of these improvements from the carnivore diet, and people are still more concerned that I'm killing myself. But like I said, it's well-meaning. It's very well-meaning. So no, the carnivore diet is not hard to stick with, even though my family eats a different diet than me. The only time that it is a struggle is when the societal pressure is the only time it's a struggle, when I am around people groups that want to like pick apart my diet. But I think I went a little off topic, and I think I went a little onto a rant. So I really need to end this video, and I tried multiple times to make this video, so I am not going to start over again. I've had a lot of stuff going on outside with people mowing lawns, kids screeching, all the fun stuff. So I'm not going to start over because I really want to get this video up and posted, and then I can move on and make the next one. But thank you for tuning in and watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.